Okay, Don, let's do a quick update. Friday
Sure.
afternoon, what's happening?
Well, there hasn't been any significant changes at all. What we discussed yesterday was that today was going to be an important day to see if the computer models had changed, if anything that we've observed with the storm looked any different. And honestly, we've seen very few changes. Things are going about as expected, which isn't always the case. A lot of times these storms are really tricky, and this one has its tricky moments coming on up, but we see a lot of really good agreement on our weather forecasting tools. So what that does is that gives us a really high confidence level. So we're more confident that this storm will come to fruition than we are on a lot of the storms that we see through the course of the year.
When does it start snowing?
Okay, the storm is going to be slow to evolve, and I want to remind folks that a lot of people are going to probably get up Saturday morning and say, "Where's the storm? What's going on?"
Don Day screwed up.
Yeah, where's where's the beef? Where's the snow? Right? But the storm is moving so slowly that it's going to go from southern Nevada to parts of southern Utah in 24 hours. I mean, it's not going to move very fast. So it's going to be slow to evolve. But what'll happen is once it kicks into gear, it's really going to kick into gear. So what folks can expect is a lot of clouds, kind of a soupy weather pattern through the early morning hours of Saturday. We'll have some fog, we'll have a little light snow tonight, but it won't amount to much, even a little bit of freezing drizzle. But as we get into mid to late morning Saturday, the snow is going to start to break out near the Colorado-Wyoming border, along and south of Interstate 80. That will be the first area to see snow late tonight, but especially tomorrow morning. And then by noon to 6 p.m. tomorrow for Wyoming, that's when the snow really kicks in, starts to get really heavy. That's when the wind picks up. We think the heavy snow will be between probably midday Saturday till about mid to late afternoon Sunday. Then the snow becomes lighter Sunday night into Monday morning. So it's that Saturday afternoon through Sunday afternoon where the storm will peak. What'll happen is the storm is going to go through its whole life cycle over eastern Colorado, and that's where we tend to get our bigger storms in terms of snow accumulations. So expect it to really get going midday Saturday.
And the heaviest areas hit?
Eastern side of the Laramie Range. That's the bullseye. What's interesting about this storm is the snowpack in Wyoming that has been suffering the most has been in the Laramie River, Crow Creek drainages, the lower North Platte drainages. Now, that would be the mountains from about Casper Mountain through Laramie Peak to the summit area between Cheyenne and Laramie. Now, snowpack there has been awful this year, but that is the area that's going to get the most snow. There's going to be 2 to 3 inches of water equivalent hitting those drainages. So it won't erase the deficit, but it's going to put a big chunk in it. That means I'm expecting 2 to 3 feet of snow in the foothills of the Laramie Range, west of Cheyenne to south of Casper. For the plains, we're still going with 12 to 24 inches. These would be the plains east of the mountains. We expect that the extent of the storm to the north will be less once you get to the I-90 corridor. Once you get to the I-90 corridor, the storm will not be as impactful. The Bighorn Basin, Jackson, those areas will miss. The storm will get as far west as Green River, Rock Springs, to about halfway between Green River and Evanston. I think Evanston is just going to be on the edge of the storm. Amounts there are going to be lighter. But only that far west and the far north will escape the storm.
So are you going to be like Jim Cantori out in the middle of it, braving it for everybody to see?
No, I will be shoveling, and I'll be keeping folks updated, and we will be updating the podcast early Saturday morning to let folks know, to give you the most recent updates on the storm. But bar none, this will be the biggest storm of this year. It'll be a bigger storm than we saw all during 2020 as well.
But you're not going to be on the Weather Channel.
I will not, because that would involve wearing nice clothes and combing your hair, two things that I'm really opposed to.
And lastly, you don't like it when people say historic storm. Tell us about your pet peeve.
So it becomes historic once it happens. So one thing that you learn in the weather forecasting business is try not to oversell a situation. It won't be historic until we measure it. Does it have the potential to break some records? Absolutely it does. But we don't, it's like predicting a football game score before it's over. You're really confident and you say, oh, we're going to blow them out 49-7. Then you end up losing. So we don't want to say that, but the potential is certainly there for high impacts. And I'm more concerned about livestock. I'm more concerned about people traveling than I am about records.
Yeah, right. And so when I use the phrase snowpocalypse in the newsletter, you're like, don't do that. Just say snow possible.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Don. Talk to you tomorrow.
We'll see that.